In a small village nestled between lush green hills of Southeast Asia, lived a humble man named Arun. He was a potter by trade, known not just for the beautiful clay pots he made, but for his unwavering love for his aging mother, Mira. Mira had grown frail over the years. Age had stolen her strength, and illness had confined her to a cot made of bamboo and old cloth. Doctors were far away, and even if they were closer, Arun had no means to pay for their visits. So he became her caretaker, nursing her through fevers, feeding her with his own hands, and whispering prayers beside her every night. But what truly amazed everyone was not just his service, it was what he did when the village faced a great challenge. A new law had been passed by the local rulers. Every village had to send able-bodied men to a neighboring region to assist in building a new palace. Those who failed to comply would face heavy punishment, and their homes would be destroyed. Arun was selected. He had no choice but to go, but what about Mira? Most people advised him to leave her in the care of others, to tie her to the cot with food and water for a few days, or even abandon her. But Arun couldn't imagine a single night without her. She carried me in her womb for 9 months, held me in her arms for years. Now it's my turn, he simply said. And so, Arun made a bamboo basket, strong and wide enough to carry his mother. He filled it with soft cloth and warm blankets. Then, tying it to his back with thick rope, he began the long journey on foot, carrying his mother like she once carried him. The path was not easy. There were rivers to cross, hills to climb, forests to pass through, and scorching sun above. His back bled from the weight, his feet blistered and torn. At night, he laid her gently by the fire and sang the old lullabies she once sang to him. Strangers laughed at him. Some even mocked. Why burden yourself with someone so weak and old? But Arun never wavered. She is not a burden. She is my blessing, he replied. Days passed. When he reached the construction site, the guards stopped him. No elderly allowed. She must go back, they demanded. But Arun knelt down and said, if I leave her, I will die of guilt. Let me work with her nearby. I will do double the labor. Moved by his devotion, the overseer, a hardened man of rules and orders, stood silent for a moment. Then, without a word, he nodded. Arun was allowed to stay with his mother, resting under a shaded tree, while he worked tirelessly under the sun. Word of Arun's love spread like wildfire. Even the prince who commissioned the palace heard of the man who carried his mother across lands. Curious and touched, he came to see him in person. When he witnessed Arun lifting his mother to give her water, wiping her forehead, and then picking up stones to continue his work, the prince was speechless. This kind of love is rare, he said, more valuable than gold or power. That very evening, the prince issued a royal decree. Anyone who showed such devotion to their parents would be honored, not burdened. Arun was given a small home near the palace, and a job that allowed him to work while caring for Mira. Years later, when Mira passed away peacefully in her sleep, the village and even palace guards mourned her like their own. Arun continued his life, making pots, teaching others, and spreading the message of filial love. His story lived on not because of grand achievements or riches, but because of one powerful truth. True love doesn't count the cost. It carries the weight gladly.